Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I publish on Rumble, on the blogger site as an archive post thingy, and on Patreon for extra support if you're willing to do so. And any kind of updates I usually go about Twitter. Usually it's with a posting when I publish some videos and when I go live to do a stream or so. The streams I cannot commit to a fixed schedule, mainly because of the nature of my work, and when I do, I usually manage to get around doing some streams again. I post everything on Twitter there, so give me a follow so you can keep on par with everything. Yesterday, yesterday was Thursday. Wednesday I told probably I could not do any kind of thing in the YouTube, and yes, that's what happened. I've got a very busy day yesterday, starting from very early morning until I go to bed, and I was really not able to do anything there here on YouTube and on or even on Rumble. But today we will continue and resume the normal programming. Again, if I foresee any kind of these things where I get like offline to a certain degree throughout the day, I will try to let know with certain in advance kind of notice there. Regarding the gaming stuff, I will the Jedi Fallen Order is finished, so I finished up the game there. Afterwards, when I start off with the Jedi Survivor, I will put the Fallen Order on the completed gameplay series, and I probably will do another separation here regarding 1080p and 4K gameplay series, because I have all of these 5 completed gameplay series in 4K, and the older ones are still in 1080p and not in a very excellent quality. From what I remember, that they are not like very excellent quality, because even the rig at the time was not the best, but they are 1080p 60 frames per second regardless. More as it comes, I will try to keep everybody on par with the upcoming series. Probably the next one after Jedi Survivor will be Dead Space remake. It's one of those that I really want to play. And of course, I will continue the streams with Elden Ring. And if I manage to continue to reach the point that I'm satisfied to be prepared for the DLC, supposedly it's before the end of the game there, I will resume continuing the Death Stranding there. It's one of those games I'm pretty enjoying, but I need to get around. But again, time the day is only 24 hours, and I can only do this much. I think basically that's it. Just in terms of scheduling, I will resume the normal scheduling, at least for the Jedi, the Star Wars Jedi games on Monday. Yesterday supposedly I should have done the Jedi Survivor stuff, so today I'm going to do the Mutiny Zero Road to Eden, and I will restart clean in terms of scheduling, because it's easier for me to deal with everything, so and keep on par. I will do the Jedi Survivor and the Mutiny Zero there. I think regarding kind of channel updates, I think that's it. Let's go to the news. I missed completely the yesterday's news. I didn't even watch anything. But yeah, seemingly there has been some leaks here or rumors or whatever, because there is some like shipping manifested stuff with the new Ryzen CPUs from AMD, the Zen 5 ones for desktop, so it's not anything related to the APU stuff that has been coming out and subsequent upgrades there. This seems to be and I think this is like engineering samples that are going around, I suppose, motherboard manufacturers, so they can sync up and troubleshooting any kind of issues that might happen throughout the deployment phase. It's the Granite Ridge again. All these naming schemes and everything, I always get a little bit confused, because there's a lot of names to keep myself on par with, and what code names are correspondent to what kind of products. Sometimes a little bit difficult for me. But yeah, Granite Ridge is the desktop CPU, so it's the Zen 5 thing there. In terms of the SKUs that will have the iGPU, they are going to be supposedly the same RDNA tools that are on Zen 4. So it's because it's mainly for display support there. So just people, if they want to, when they install and like a new operating system like that, or just want to troubleshoot, you got something to put a display connected there on the motherboards, and also given that AM5 platforms already have that feature basically implemented in all motherboards, if not mistaken. Again, a lot of speculations regarding uplift in terms of performance, but then again, for confirmations, I always prefer to wait until reviews, even though supposedly in terms of TDPs, it seems like the 6-core configuration is going to be around 105 watts, and the 8 cores will be the 170 watts. Again, I don't recall by memory the like the TDPs from the 76, 7700s and even the 7800s, but I think it's 130-ish. I think it's always for example, the 7800 X3D. I think it's 130-ish because of the fact that the 3D cache is more sensitive to heat, to temperatures. But I think it's kind of around the same kind of TDP on, for example, the high-end Zen 4s, not mistaken. And I think the 105 is like the 6-core stuff. I think it's kind of on par in terms of power delivery there, in terms of TDPs there. But again, we got a little bit on the release date kind of a thing there. People are speculating end of the year. Probably what will happen is by the end of the year, maybe we'll have an announcement and probably like the high-end chip there for them to launch in the end of the year before Christmas, I suppose. And then they will start to see some trickling down throughout the lineup of CPUs. The updated versions on Granite Ridge regarding the Zen 5 stuff there. But yeah, I'll try to keep myself the best I can in terms of information regarding these ones. And at least supposedly they are just sending out everything for Q&A testing with the motherboards and manufacturers and all that stuff. Regarding industry, we got also Relic Entertainment parts ways with SEGA. These guys, I remember seeing Company of Heroes as a game. I never played one of these games, but supposedly I think they were not they were financed by SEGA to do some games, and of course, when you finance something, you have your own kind of demands there. And similarly, Company of Heroes 2 was the better one, given that Companies of Heroes 3 people supposedly didn't like that much, and to this day still they play more Company of Heroes 2 than 3. And I think because of the I don't know if something was regarding this game, but because now they are independent from SEGA, I think they are going to ramp up the creative efforts of improving of what they wanted to do with Companies of Heroes 3. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's another one that it's a lot of selling and becoming more independent in terms of smaller developer studios. But yeah, it's one of those things that it's happening at this moment in time. Then we got Take-Two buys Gearbox. I covered this a couple of days or weeks ago. I think it's a couple of weeks ago. That not Tencent, I don't know. I confused usually with Embracer. That Embracer was trying to sell out the Gearbox studio there, and similarly Take-Two Interactive, which is the same. It's from 2K and all those games there. Similarly bought that for around 460 millions, given that Embracer at the time spent 1.3 billion on that. But yeah, it's a little bit on that thing, on the desperation of the fact that they had like a business kind of prospect there in terms of like an injection around $2 billion, and that thing fell through, and now they are just trying to manage their expenses there. and they start selling some smaller studios or studios they think they cannot reach like the potential they want to reach. Given that Gearbox is already a very old one, it's got 25 years on the market there, and the experience. Yeah, I saw some stuff with the regarding the Gamergate kind of a thing there with Tiny Tina's Wonderland game director or something like that. Again, I try not to dive too much into that rabbit hole, so or else I get too lost on the weeds there. Yeah, but I think some comments there again. I don't understand a little bit the position of developers just trying to shit on gamers, which I think gamers they think gamers that are playing games for free, or they are just, I don't know. They people sometimes thinks like gamers are the clients that they are trying to reach to, and when you tell your clients you are a shit client, so go fuck yourself. Usually gamers then, which are the clients, tend not to buy your game. So there is a little weird situation going on there when you try to insult your clients by calling them names and trying to how do I say it, and trying to represent it as something that in the majority they are not. But yeah, it's a completely other thing there. I need to delve a little bit there and give more informed opinions, but the overall sense of the situation that I have is this: yeah, when you try to sell a product and you tell your clients that if they don't buy it the way they want you to buy it, you're not a good client. Clients will always get around and try to see an alternative to the product that you are selling. And usually when the market detects that that product is not going good because the clients want another different thing, something on the market will appear as selling something similar that what the clients want, and they will make they will sell that product to the clients. Yeah, but yeah, it's the same thing with the movies and all that stuff. It's people tend to forget that you cannot mandate, at least in the long term, medium long term, mandate what customers need to buy, because people then will get we'll see the things how they are. But yeah, regardless of that, Gearbox Software, they think that they are at this moment in time 6 game projects, and then with the Take-Two stuff there, some of the 2K guys, and even from the where is this guy, the Take-Two, the CEO, chairman of Take-Two. Basically, they said there are like 2 games from Borderlands being developed in various stages there. Some homeworld free. I think it's not out, but it's on development. But I think it's everybody already knew about that, and at least one new IP there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes and how good the games are, and I will judge the games by the quality of themselves. Again, then we got Dragon's Dogma 2. Similarly, yesterday did an update or launched an update to improve the LSS, so upscaling quality, and to add ray tracing options on the PS5, plus the also FPS cap there, which I think it's a good decision, at least on the PS5 regarding the frame cap, because of how TVs usually work, even if the game can run kind of okayish. And also the fact that they removed the ray tracing option. If they added the ray tracing option on and off on PS5, even though they tell people that this will not basically impact that much in terms of performance, but again, you never know. A couple of frames here and there might be enough for you to have a more enjoyable experience, given that on PS5 I think it runs around the 30 to 35 frames per second zone there. But yeah, and here you got more like this, like just an update here. It's not a huge patch or something like that. The even for up the Xbox Series S and X, it will take a couple of more days to implement those patches. This is more focused on PlayStation and Steam, but for all platforms, now you have the start a new game even when save data already exists. This, the Hardometer Force, is something, I don't know what this is. I think it's like a respec thing for your characters. Supposedly, you can buy it on pawn guilds, available at pawn guilds in the game. They just put it at 99. Making the quest that allows players to acquire their own dwelling where they can save and rest, available earlier in the game, so make it a little bit easier to juggle around that save kind of mechanic there. Miscellaneous text displays issues. I don't know if it is something test related or HUD stuff there, and more bug fixes. They are not specific here. And for the PC, supposedly they improved the quality when DLSS super resolution is enabled, and also they fixed an issue related to the displays, to the display of models under some specific settings. Again, I don't know which this refers to. I don't remember seeing what kind of issue was people having on PC. Again, the main concern here is the PC throttling regarding the CPU usage on huge settlements there, especially on the main city hub. But yeah, hopefully the sooner the better, because from what I understand, again, the game itself is pretty good. The systems that are implemented and the gameplay there, it's at this moment in time was the thing with the game save game kind of systems that were implemented there, and basically the performance in terms of it's not very well optimized. Continuing with Capcom, again, supposedly somebody trying to pass through as Dusk Column, which is like a leaker. This name is familiar to me. Try to pass some screenshots of some things and try to pass as this guy to drop some rumors and leaks, which supposedly that they were telling that the game will be a full-on open world adventure and it's going to be the biggest game that Capcom will ever produce and all that stuff. Supposedly this kind of updates on the rumor stuff, it's untrue, given that the proper account from Dusk Column confirmed that those kind of leaks rumors were untrue. It was not him, it was somebody trying to pass as him. So the information will keep the same, and that I think they also referred as the first quarter 2025 as a launch date. That at this moment in time is not confirmed, so we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully this will be a good or an improvement on how the engine from Capcom is used, at least in big open areas, or even if it is an open world format kind of a thing there. Hopefully it performs well better than Dogma's Dogma 2, but I think Dogma's Dogma is very specific in how they are using the CPU because of the AI kind of and how they interact with the environment with you, because they are quest givers, and then you get calculated like certain conditions if they are met or not, to see if you can interact in a certain way with those NPCs. So I think with monsters, I think it's going to be a little bit more easier, even if you have like a highly populated area with a lot of monsters, and even the calculations that the thing has to do there. And I think these engines need to start taking a little bit more advantage of like multi-core CPUs. At least the recent ones, they have at least 6 cores, and usually they are just using 1 core to make those calculations, so that's why usually you see a lot of stuttering there, especially on Dragon's Dogma. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this is optimized or not for PC. I'm pretty curious. Also Horizon Forbidden West launched the past, probably with, oh my god, Horizon Forbidden West PC complete edition, whatever they are calling, got a small patch to enable DLSS free, so fake frames and upscaling things in cutscenes and more little stuff here and there. And there was, I think, a huge bug regarding a bug that prevented players from claiming rewards at hunting grounds and using mouse and keyboard controls. I think this is patched up also. Again, the port itself seems pretty good, and it's good to see at least they didn't took that long to try to fix this kind of things here. But yeah, I think the game is not bad by itself. Got some weirdness because mainly of the models of, I think she calls Eloy, seems a little bit different from the first game, but yeah, that's another issue there. And then I saw this one, seems pretty interesting, a strategy roguelike deck builder called As We Descent is announced for PC. At least how they are trying to sell this game seems pretty interesting. Okay, here on the screenshots, you don't. Oh, it's here. It's pretty interesting. It seems like an isometric kind of view here, turn-based kind of a battle with roguelike elements, and you got the deck building elements there. Seems pretty interesting. I will leave the Steam page there if you want to wish list it and keep your eyes on it. And supposedly it's going to be a closed beta sign-ups. So if you want to try it out, you want to do the sign-up there to see if it is any good or not. And yeah, basically in terms of news, is what I saw in terms of the day that I miss on terms of news. Again, now the thing on Epic Game Store in terms of recycling, now we got islets or highlights, islets, I think it's how you pronounce this. And then afterwards we'll have like the fifth, I don't know which I think this is the remake version or like the latest game that they did there. But you will have the Outer Worlds, this is the Space Storage Edition. Again, I think this is a decent one, especially for free, I think it's a good one. But at the moment it's isolates. Again, I will leave the link in the description there for the free games on the Epic Game Store. On Steam, now we got The Witcher free Wild Hunt. Again, the way to go is the complete edition, so we got all the DLC there and or all the expansions in the DLC. And again, it's the usual price, around $12.50. Again, my recommendation, first playthrough, play it as vanilla. The only mods that I could recommend for you to try out is only visual mods, nothing that affects gameplay. But yeah, the first playthrough, I recommend vanilla mode, and then afterwards the subsequent gameplays or game runs, you can experiment with mods. There are a lot of them that are pretty good. Again, I will leave it to you to choose for yourself. Then we got also Miasma Chronicles still up for grabs, 60% off. Or you can buy with the bundle. You get 64% off if you buy with the bundle on Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden. We got also Atomic Heart, it's still on deal, like a couple of days here, 55% off. And Cyberpunk 2077, again, supposedly the best option is the Ultimate Edition because you got Phantom Liberty there. I think it's well worth the price that they are charging there. And it's $50, the full price for the Ultimate Edition. On GOG, we still got Alien Isolation, the collection. Again, very well recommend this game still to this day. The only thing that you might be a little bit annoyed from here and there is the AI that is used on the Alien. Can be sometimes a little bit frustrating, but yeah, it's still very enjoyable as a horror game. And I think it still holds up graphically after these years here. You got also Jagged Alliance, 50% off. Again, it's if you like kind of XCOM with some more squad management and kind of how they go about in more details in some stuff that they use here. I think this is the game for you, and it's 50% off. It's good to see that it's this low. And lastly, you got Prey Digital Deluxe Edition, mainly because you can buy the base game. If you're just interested on the story of the game itself, it's more than good enough. The DLC, usually it's more the Moon Crash stuff there, which is a DLC kind of roguelike kind of a thing they implemented there. But as an immersive sim, and especially at the price point of the base game, which is usually $6 when it enters on a deal, I think it is a very good game. It's a recommendation for me because I did the gameplay of this game on the channel, and it's yeah, it's pretty good, even for especially for like an older game like this one. I think it's a good one. And yeah, basically this is what I got for you today. I'm just going to, as usual, wrap up with a plug on my Patreon for extra support. The extra support at this moment in time is a little bit more focused on storage, mainly because of I want to have the possibility to have backups of the stuff that I do for my clients, and again, a more extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all this said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, Kunamy Master out.